Hello, everybody. We are the Info-Nuts. This project is done by Marie, Molly, Mustafa, Luca, and Jameson. This project is sponsored by Marlena Hales. So our topic is analyzing the gender gap in computer science authorship. So a little context just to start off. So only 21.9% of work in the computer science research database is done by female authors. 20.8% of PhD students are women, and just 25% of full-time computer science professors are women. So that leads us to our problem statement, which is how might academics and tech journal publishers achieve greater awareness of the gender gap in tech publishing so that they can decrease the present gender disparity?
Some key research insights. We found that a multitude of factors impact disparity, including CS discipline, geographical location, and age of the publisher. Women drop out of the academic pipeline more frequently than men do. There's a lot of existing research and analysis done on the gender disparity, but no resource exists that visualizes and summarizes this domain in a digestible format. So this is a persona. Georgia Foster has a PhD in database management systems, and she's a professor at UW that is discouraged by the lack of prospective female PhD candidates. So she's looking for research that will make it easy to bring this problem to light to CS faculty.
Some key concepts that were driving our solution that we wanted to validate during our user testing were interactive data visualizations and a predictive algorithm to predict the future gender gap. And during our concept validation, we realized that the best way to portray our data visualizations and grab the user's attentions quickly was to implement scrollytelling.
Scrollytelling allows us to keep the user engaged by telling them a dynamic story as they scroll, which allows them to go at their own pace and keeps them captivated. Going along with that, our interactive data visualizations empower users to analyze patterns independently and delve deeper into the data. And here is our demo video.
Hi, I'm a professor at UW with a PhD in database systems, and I need a resource that I can share with the CS faculty that will help them take our lack of prospective female PhD students seriously. So I'm going to explore this article sent to me, and right off the bat, I see the gender gap is going to close in 74 years, which is way too long. So I want to take a look at that, and I see this kind of linear regression that's telling me that it's going to be equal in 2098, which is just not soon enough. So taking a look at gender demographics, I can break down male and female growth rate per year in CS authorship with some additional information, quite useful. Moving on, I can see gender ratios in authorship and how they've changed over time. And seeing that 0.2, it's not enough, but it does seem to be increasing, which is a good sign. Taking a look at career lengths between genders, I can see a simple pie chart that tells me that it's just not an equal issue. Okay, and data, perfect. And these are the students that made it happen.
So as we've progressed through our project, we've discovered some ethical dilemmas that we have to consider. The biggest of which is the fact that our data required us to use an API to predict the gender of an author. And so to combat the potential harms of this, we've assessed the accuracy of the API that we used, and we've only included data that the API was very, very confident in returning either male or female, nothing ambiguous. And then going forward, once we're done working on this project and it becomes an open source thing, we'd like to see more stakeholder interviews, topic modeling, feature optimization, keeping the data that's being used current, broadening the scope to include geographic data, including more statistics, and exploring a more intersectional approach.